This is my cup collection. This is the one I made. This is my record collection. This is the one I made. And this is my photo book collection. But for some reason,
What is this video?
I haven't made one of my own. Until now. Okay, stay there. Smile. 3, 2, 1.
Perfect
I've owned
Imperfection.
many cameras throughout my life. Each represents its own era. But if I had to choose the ones that truly defined me, the turning points, the chronology would go as follows. This was the first one I ever used. I don't have many memories of it, but it's probably the reason I'm into photo and video today. It eventually got stolen by my brother. And I did the same thing with my mother's camera. But I grew up and things were changing fast. So when I turned 14, I replaced it with
A camera. I replaced it with a camera.
and started gigs with it. Filming, editing, it was my full production house. 2 years
Bro, get this nigga on a movie set. What the frick?
passed, enough to save up and buy my first camera. I made hundreds of videos with it. My style started taking shape. Then I turned 18 and that's when I finally outgrew it. I went for the big one. When it arrived, I had no idea how to use it.
And to make things.
But that was its biggest strength.
I just remember in that first
It pushed me to learn. My style matured with it. But this camera isn't made for photography, and I wanted to explore the medium. I pulled the trigger on, and oh boy. I fell in love with it. In 2023, I took it to Tokyo. It was a surreal experience. I promised myself to go back and make a photo book in Japan one day. And 2 years later, the time has finally come. My flight is departing in 2 weeks. I got a new camera for this project. It's time to build its legacy. But how do you even make a photo book? Well, first, you need to understand them. I noticed that every photo book has a theme, and even if they're not narrative, they still tell some sort of story. What varies between them, though, is the way these stories are told. And there are 4 main aspects that determine that. 1. The images. The substance of the book. They fit as the script of a movie. They need to feel cohesive with each other, no matter the subject, the light,
Somebody needs to hire this nigga as a cameraman. Holy.
or the composition of the shot. 2. The sequence. This is like your editing timeline, a way to create meaning. The order in which you place the images and how that affects feeling and interpretation. 3. The layout. How do you position your photos? What does it say when you enlarge, blur, or leave them alone? This is the way the story is told, the pace at which the creator wants the reader to experience it. 4. The object. This is the direction in which the book presents itself, and what sets the tone of the story and the intention of the author. The materials, the size, the design of the cover, and the way the pages are stitched together. But all these aspects cannot be deciphered at the same time, because without the images, there is no book. So before I capture Japan, let's do some rehearsals in my city. Mexico City.
Think this is Mexican? That's for France. Right?
Now, the goal of this session is not to take book-worthy photos, but to loosen up, prepare for my trip, and try to capture the true texture and rawness of a place.
Wait, this is Mexico City? Mexico. I smell. Wait. Mexico. God dang. What the? That's what Mexico looks like. Oma! Oma! Nah, this is like New York, but better. Yo, nah, that's crazy. Nigga, why? Valid. Valid, no cap. Oh, what? Little city. Where is Mexico? Where is it? Where is Mexico City? From Mexico. That was in the United States. United States.
After a couple of shots I was happy with, largely thanks to the morning light and the unmistakable character of Mexico's streets, I entered a state of flow.
Like, imagine this nigga as your cameraman, bro. You're literally not gonna get a bad shot, bro.
But I cannot spend the whole day taking photos, because the time has finally come and there's a flight I need to catch.
So tonight I need to catch.
And since I have a pretty clear idea of what I want to capture, I will only bring the strictly necessary with me.
What does it say? What does it say? So
Pretty
interesting.
clear idea of what I want to capture, I will
Looks like a movie.
only bring the strictly necessary with me.
Camera. A book. Everything book.
Where did you get that? Your case. Where did you get it? I made it. This is the Taurus O-Stand Q3 Air phone case, GOX limited edition.
WN, you're not gonna get me, buddy.
Southwest of Tokyo, our final destination.
What? Too much?
a city 800 kilometers southwest of Tokyo, our final destination.
It's a movie?
And what began as a plan to take some photos eventually transformed into terabytes of pictures.
This looks like a movie, bro. This thing is good.
Only 2 days were spent here, and before we were able to take it in, we were already on a train heading to Kanazawa, a small city in the west coast of Japan. Our last stop before going to Tokyo.
Oh my goodness. Violence going crazy.
We reached our final destination, a city I had for a while dreamt of returning to.
Tokyo. No, this is like a movie. Said it like 6 times already. What the is that? Isn't that the thing in Toronto? Wait a second. Wait a second. Toronto. Don't know how to spell Toronto. I'm just gonna look up the Drake album cover. I'll just Drake album. Huh? Huh? Oh yeah, I can't spell album. Yeah, I knew there was U in there. Isn't it that? Isn't it? Isn't it? What the is that? Alright. Go back to the video. It's basically the same thing.
The only step left to do was to transform these images into a book. And I would do that myself.
Part 4. One
The
sequence.
first step was to make a selection of my images and somehow sequence them to give them meaning. I ended up with 6 different chapters and a complete mock-up, which I then translated into a design.
2
I
layouts.
started by laying them out uniformly, but I realized that instead of a book, it felt like a portfolio, that in order to get depth, I need to play with layout. And that's how I got pages with strength,
Yeah, what does
Pages with
portfolio
story.
mean?
pages I loved, and printed immediately. Now it was only a matter of building the book. I started by folding my sheets and cutting the excess, transforming them into folios, which, when united in force, become signatures. Once you have them ready, you need to put them together.
4 book.
There are many different ways of doing this, but I wanted mine to feel greedy, so I grabbed red thread, made holes, and stitched them together. The exposed spine was ready. They say don't judge a book by its cover, but how can you do that when that's what represents the content? The first impression, the way the book makes you feel just by looking at it. For mine, I went for a hardcover, upholstered in fabric, tactile and textured. Before gluing it together, I embroidered my design. I had never done that before, and it shows, but that's particularly what I like. There's a strange beauty in imperfection. It makes things unique, vulnerable, personal, and I embrace that with this project, because in the era that we live in, the most human thing is to make something imperfect.
Bertriche of pictures. I think that's French. I don't know. French. Bird tribites of pictures. Something in Japanese, I don't know. It's a cool book though. Right? Film, reformat, edit by, yeah, whoever that person was. Yeah, gang. That's a lot of work, my boy. Brought you by Taurus. I think I said it right. Taurus? Yeah, Taurus. Taurus.
This is my photo book collection. And this,
Wait a second. Hold on. Do I have that book? I don't. I'm tripping. I don't got that book.
and this is the one I made.
That was very interesting.